Hey team, so this is a quick tutorial on how to explore your instructional groupings and also the tools for instruction that come differentiated for your students based on their groupings. So you're going to want to go to reports at the top. On the right side here, you'll notice instructional groupings, and I'm going to go to math because everyone 1st through 5th does math. And so when you click on that, your whole class will show up here. I'm going to pick a grade level, and I'm going to go ahead and pick Group 2. And then I want to go to the Number and Operations tab, and I'm going to sort that from greatest need to least greatest need. And that's where it is. Scroll down. And then down here, you can click on Read More right under Instructional Priorities. You'll see what it is that students need to know. And then as you are teaching, these are some recommendations for teaching. And as you are considering organizing your small groups and providing content for them, you want to go to the side here on the right that says Resources. And right below that, you'll see Tools for Instruction. And the first one is Number and Operations. Okay? If you have an English class, well, you're just going to leave it just as it is. If you have a class that you teach, math and Spanish, so you want to click on Spanish and click on one of the lessons, and there it is. And so just to let you know, you may not need to hear this, but this is not something that you want to kind of pull up on the fly. So this is something as you are preparing your week or preparing your small group lessons, this is something you want to have access ahead of time, so that it's not just a plug and play kind of thing, that you want to make sure that you have everything that you need. So your materials like base 10 blocks or perhaps a place value chart, as this is asking you. Okay, so those are the tools for instructions. So that's easy. So I'm going to go back to the top and select a student. So this is if you're looking for more individualized instructional resources. Okay, so I just selected a student, and I'm noticing here I see the results of Diagnostic 1. So as we progress through the diagnostics, this blue marker should be getting closer to typical growth and ideally to stretch growth. That's what we want to shoot for, stretch growth, because that means that's for students who are below grade level. They're making progress beyond 1 year's growth. Okay, so that's stretch growth. And so this student here is she's at 439, right? So you see how many points she needs to achieve to get to stretch growth. I'm going to keep scrolling down, and again, I'm going to go over to Number and Operations. Now, this page here would be so useful for when you are having also a parent-teacher conference. You can use this page. And as I've mentioned before, it is not helpful to have a conversation with a parent and tell them what grade level their student is assigned in terms of the result. That's not helpful. What is helpful, however, is to click on, say, one of these domains. I'm going to click on Number and Operations. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to see a list of things that this child can do here on the left side. This child can count and read, write, and represent numbers from 1 to 120. They can add a 2-digit number and a 1-digit number. They can subtract 2-digit numbers without regrouping, so on and so forth. These are all the things that this student can do. Can you imagine having a conversation with a parent and telling them all that their child can do in the area of numbers and operations? And then you can go over to the right side and perhaps pick these first 3 things in terms of what are some next steps. So for this child, to identify the value and digits of a 3-digit number, to compare and order 3-digit numbers, to identify a number that is greater or less than a given number. So if to go through all of these might be overwhelming, but these are just some very simple next steps that you might be able to provide to a parent. And if the parent asks you, how are you going to do that with my child? Well, I have tools for instruction that I have access to through Curriculum Associates, also known as iReady. We have My Path that we can use, and we have our standards, and we have our unit guides. And so those are all tools that I can use in my classroom to support this child in their next steps. And if they ask how they can help at home, then you can say, oh, you know what, have them pop on to Gigi for 20 minutes. That would be helpful for them. Or they can work on My Path at home, because we know that that's directly correlated to the progress noted on iReady, and it's also personalized instruction. So you can encourage parents to do that. All right, so just to recap, so I showed you how to first access instructional groupings. Right? We go to the very first page, the platform page. You go up to reports. You go down on the right side to instructional groupings. Remember that your roster will already have shown up. And then you notice the groupings here. You click on a group. You can prioritize, again, by clicking on the up arrow in any of these domains. And you can scroll down, and you notice that there are instructions, there are tools for instruction here. Now remember, this is language arts, so you won't have this in Spanish yet, but we're working towards getting to the part where there are tools for instruction for Spanish. But this is for vocabulary, for comprehension, and again, these are not something that you want to do in the moment. These are lessons that you want to check out and prepare prior to the day of instruction. Okay, so that you can prepare whatever it is, whatever materials you might need to have, and help your students be successful. So that's how you work with tools for instruction, and then also we talked a little bit about how to identify a child's growth and where they might need more support, and how you might be able to give more personalized support in the classroom through your direct instruction. I hope this is helpful. You will have this video linked on a slide deck, which I will be sharing with you.